And finally, I think with this I will finish. Just to to close the thing with the J Corp. The J Corp is dangerous not only because this can happen, that the government doesn't control or the economy can't handle the drop and then it goes into a crisis, but also because this improvement is artificial. It's only kind of a product of a policy that makes you cheaper, and that's dumb, right? Like if you become cheaper because you become more productive, that's great. That's like what China did. That's what some countries are doing, that they are getting more productive and that's why they are cheaper. But if you are becoming cheaper only because of a policy, only because of a devaluation, that's not good. In the long term, it doesn't work. It only makes companies, firms, organizations, and even the government lazy. So it's not a good idea. That's why we consider this dangerous. And I want to talk about something. This is the end of this topic, where I want to 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 explain a little bit about capital flows, because if we go back to the presentation, the topic of this presentation is the balance of payments, which means the flow of money between countries, the flow of capital, right? So capital flows between countries are interesting, are good in general, but they are also a risk. They are also dangerous. And the main thing is that the risk exists because uh, if the money enters or leaves the country, a lot of money, if a lot of money enters the country and everyone is rich from one day to the other or one year to the other, or if all the money leaves the country and everyone is poor, that's bad for the economy, both situations, money entering or money leaving. So because of that, because there is this risk that a lot of money entering and a lot of money leaving the country, it's a risk. A possible solution is what we call capital controls. Like the government decides to intervene and they say, okay, there are going to be some rules. If you want to give me your money, I will put some rules. If you want to take your money, definitely I will put some rules so you can work with this. And but the thing is that there is some risk, because if you put a lot of controls, then people won't like to invest in your countries. Like, I'm giving your money and you have a lot of rules. It's kind of dumb. So you need to have like a in between point, like a middle point in between a lot of controls and not any control. I think not any control is bad, but a lot of controls is also bad. So you need to play somewhere in between. And sorry. And just to finish with this idea, I want to ask you, what do you think that governments prefer in terms of investment? Do they prefer direct investment or portfolio investment? I think that the logic answer is that governments prefer both investments, because both are nice. It's nice that people are investing in your country, but if you are comparing both of them, it's better to have uh, direct investment. Okay, direct is better than portfolio investment, and usually governments try to control portfolio investment because direct investment is not bad at all, because if that person who invested decides to leave, that person will leave the factory or the restaurant or the branch or whatever, because it's a physical thing, right? So it's not that bad. So here I want to tell you a funny story that I learned when I was teaching in the classroom, because I used to say that direct investment is similar to getting married, right? Because you get married, and if it doesn't work, at least you can keep the house, right? So you keep the physical thing. So it's like the countries get married in the direct investment, and if it fails, the host country will keep the factory. So it's similar to getting married. And the the portfolio investment it's like like a one night stand or a free or something like that, because in portfolio investment and in a free, that person or that investment can leave whenever she or he wants. So maybe in the morning that person leaves, and then you were happy at night and then sad in the morning. So it was a quite funny story, because actually a student thought about it and I think it makes sense. Like in the direct investment you keep the house, and in the other one the person can live freely, so you need to be more careful. It's fine, it's nice that someone likes you and you have someone, but you need to be conscious that that person or that investment can live whenever she or he wants, so you need to be careful. So that I think that's the end of this topic. For this presentation, I think we are going to finish the class with a few concepts that are relevant for to complete this first partial. And I think with that we are done. I will explain a little bit about the homework and activity, and also um, uh, what to do about the partial exam. And of course, feel free to come to the Zoom class to solve any questions, and we can do some activities and homeworks. And remember, this partial is not really that practical, it's more theoretical and conceptual. So I hope that you like the stories and the concepts are clear for you.